So we are backstage at what some are calling the concert of the year, the concert of the decade, perhaps even the concert of the century so far. And we have with us the one and only Chris Martin.
Yes.
Needs very little further introduction. Coldplay has become so big in India, and it's such a pleasure to have you here with us.
Well, it's even more of a pleasure to be here. I feel very alive when I'm here. I feel very aware of all of the different colours of life, and it just makes me feel very connected as a human.
Now when you come out here and you said that you're connecting with the colours, a lot of that was also represented in some of the videos that you've actually done.
Right.
You've shot a couple of music videos out here, and you reflected a lot of those colours. Is that what you think is the most interesting factor?
I mean colours like that, but also metaphorically, like,
yeah.
I just mean there's amazing art and spirituality, and then there's also things that we need to help each other with as humans. I just feel like all of life is here. Do you see what I mean?
All of life is here. That's a good way of putting it. But I can tell you there are a lot of people here.
Yeah.
And they've all largely come to take part in what is a good cause, but also to hear you.
Yeah.
So what is it that you're going to be telling them out there?
I'm not going to really say very much. I'm just going to try and sing a bit. I feel like the great thing about this festival is that most people's tickets, they earn them by showing social conscientiousness and doing something to help others, and that's why you don't really need to say very much. I'm just here like everyone else in the audience, and we're all part of the same thing.
So I want to ask you about that. The entire concept of being able to use music, to being able to use popular entertainment, to do something that is socially useful.
Yes.
And you've been connected with this for a while now.
A little while.
Yeah. So tell us through the thought process of that. How does that really work?
Well, the reason why Global Citizen, why I really believe in it, firstly, is the name. I think we're all one big family on Earth, but it's the idea that to get tickets, you participate and you understand that the world is yours also. I think that's the great brainchild of Hugh, who started Global Citizen, is to not just make it be a passive audience, but a very active audience, of which I'm a member also, and that's how I think we're going to help each other on Earth, is by understanding that we're all responsible and we're all powerful, even in a tiny way.
So for the people who missed a chance to come and hear you today, and I'm sure there are lots of people who are feeling that.
12 people.
Well, yeah, there are lots and lots and lots of people, I can tell you. It's not that big a... They should know that they have to go out and earn it for next year. And if you do good and you take the right actions and you are socially, have a social conscience, you can earn the tickets to come back and hear you, and hopefully you'll be back.
Well, I don't know whether Global Citizen will be back next year. I don't think so, but in general what you're saying is correct. I think we'll probably be back before Global Citizen is back, but I don't really know what I'm talking about, and I shouldn't be talking about it like this on TV. I'm ill-informed with this answer.
Yeah, I think they may well be back, and that's at least what we are hoping out there. We've actually had that question being asked by somebody who asks, and we've been asking questions on social media. So on Twitter, somebody said, "Are you going to be returning to India? Are you going to be touring here? Do people get a chance to hear you more often in other cities as well?"
We would love to, and we like playing everywhere. It's the truth. And it's just a question of trying to, the honest answer is it costs a lot of money to bring our show to places.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we don't want to charge people too much for tickets. So sometimes it's just an economic thing of like, we can't go here because the currency is not, because we employ so many. It's I would play everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm told that it's a bit more complicated than that.
Yeah, you're sometimes not allowed to do exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
When you were last in India, you tried it, didn't you? You just went out and you picked up a guitar and you started to play something.
That's easy, like a tiny one, but it happened the other day. We was talking as a band, we'd really like to play in this country, a different country. And so we tried everything, and then we just couldn't do it. In that instance, it was someone there didn't want us to come. So, trust me that we're so grateful for all of our listeners that we would play everywhere if we could, and when we can, we do.
Yeah. But that particular experience, so when you just went to the restaurant and started to play, how did that work?
You mean in Delhi?
Yeah, in Delhi.
If I see a microphone, my whole body becomes alert.
Right.
So I was like, okay, maybe it's a good chance to start playing in India. Just 2 songs in a nightclub.
Yeah, and I can tell you the people who were there were absolutely blown away, as much as I'm sure. Yeah, every nightclub, every restaurant in Delhi would love for you to do that. I can give it to you without any fear of contradiction as a standard invitation. So feel free.
I don't think if we show up too much, then the magic disappears.
I don't think so. Well, I don't know what all of you feel out there, but I probably not.
Oh, it's them again.
Yeah, we're going to ask them. We're going to ask them that question one more time. So I think you should keep coming and you should keep singing. Now, I'd sort of return to India and what you were talking about the color and the feel of India, because I thought that video you did, in India, extremely vibrant.
Yes.
I personally loved it, which is why I was somewhat surprised that there was a controversy about, are you trying to capture stereotypes of culture? I mean, you must be used to controversy no matter what you do.
I think I'm used now to the idea that anything anybody does, someone won't like it, and maybe someone will. So, particularly if you make music or something that's very personal to people, you have to accept that it's not for everybody. It's very like food. Some people like bananas, some people like apples.
Yeah.
So, in the case of this video, which we really love, I understand and apologize to the people that felt like we were doing something wrong. It only came from a place of really loving some of the imagery in Mumbai. So, it's hard to... For the people that like it, I say, great, we really like it too. And for the people that didn't, I say, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, but I guess that's part of the problem of being in the Twitter generation, right? That
okay.
Anything you do, you're going to get somebody will like it and some people
Even
won't
this
like
interview.
it. Even
This is going to be on YouTube somewhere, and someone's going to say something underneath that they don't like your haircut, or they see this spot on my nose. What's it going to be? We'll see.
In all probability, people will like it, but we'll find out.
We'll see. But that's
but I mean,
okay.
Here's the other advantage. You can keep on getting people to come in and talk and chat. So here's another question that someone has sent in, which I must ask you. They're asking you about your music, and they're saying a lot of your music seems to be based on the piano, and they're wondering if you're going to do a lot more based on the guitar, which of course you also play really well.
Yes and yes. 2 yeses.
Okay. So you will be doing more based on the guitar as well.
Well, actually, it's always quite an even balance. It sometimes just depends what video we do. If the video has a piano in it, then it looks like we're doing more piano. So it's a very even balance. But I'd say that just recently some songs have been arriving for the guitar. So. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So that's your answer. He's going to be coming for the guitar.
But I was going to say, it's great that everyone can express their opinions. So I don't mind if someone doesn't like something, it's okay.
I guess, and that also enables us to have our own opinions. Are you happy with everything that's happening in the world? There are lots of changes that are happening right now, which maybe, you're not entirely happy about either. I mean, elections and others.
Right, well, I'm trying to trust the universe. I don't always understand why things are happening when they're happening, but I have faith in the universe that it'll turn out good somehow, sometime.
Talk to us about music now. I mean, the big inspirations, and Travis and others, I believe, have been inspirations to you. How do you see the music world itself evolving and changing over the last...
Well, I think that the music world now is amazing artistically, because you can listen to and enjoy so many different things at the touch of a button, wherever you are. And that can only be a good thing. It's like having the keys to the biggest library in the world in your telephone. So our influences become more and more and more varied and strange and wonderful, and I love it.
So there seems to be a lot of hip-hop and music like that around right now. Yeah. So have we already passed the golden age of, some people would say, and maybe I'm dating myself by saying this, that there was lots of great music in the 60s and 70s and lots of bands. In recent years, really big and powerful bands. There's Coldplay and maybe 1 or 2 others, but not as many as there might have been in the 60s and 70s.
Well, I think that reflects 2 things. One is technology is always changing, and how people create music is always changing. So whereas you might have bought a guitar in the 60s, now you probably have a laptop. Yeah. So that just the sound is different. I have faith, like, there's something for everybody. That's how I look at it. There's still lots of great bands if you look hard enough. and there's lots of great pop and hip hop and Bhangra and EDM and everything, classical. It's musically an amazing time to be alive.
Have you taken any inspiration at all from Indian music, and have you heard some of what music there is here and
Well,
said, well, that would be something interesting to put in?
Of course, I've been listening to quite a lot and learning quite a lot over the last year or so in preparing for the festival and meeting certain people and so yes, it's all seeping in there.
It's all seeping in.
Yeah.
You can see that something. What are the sort of things that you would still like to do with yourself and with the band in the next few years?
I don't like to think much further than today.
Okay.
I'm trying to live in the moment, and so right now I'd like to make sure we do okay at this concert and give people what they'd like. And after that, I'm just going to maybe eat some chocolate, and then I'll think about the next thing.
Eating chocolate is always a good idea.
I believe after a big concert, it's helpful.
Better than something else? A stiff
Well,
drink, perhaps?
Depends what's available.
So what is your thought process of what you're going to do today? And maybe I'm going to try and pick your brains quickly before you go on stage. And what actually typically happens, I'm actually somewhat surprised that you're sitting and doing this interview,
Yes.
not sort of pacing, back and forth in the
Well,
backstage
the truth
somewhere.
is, as soon as you let me go, I'm going to go and get ready.
As soon as I let you go, you're going to go.
I'm just staying till you say I can go.
All right. And what do you do once I let you go?
I'll go and start the whole transformation.
All right.
From just a little dude in a seat, and then I got to change into the singer.
Okay, so now that you're making me feel guilty, I
No,
just
man, I'm
got to
joking,
let
I'm
you.
joking.
Yeah, I know, but I got to let you go soon because I'm sure all your fans are waiting for you.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sure they've all been delighted to hear you.
Thank you for talking to me, and thank you for watching or listening out there if you're there.
And any final words that you'd give to people? Anything that, if you would like to appeal to their social conscience right now?
I mean, I'm just a singer, but I would say it's good to understand that we're all custodians of Earth and each other. No one person is in charge. That's an illusion. The world is ours.
And so do something about it.
Yeah, you can make it great, I believe. All right.
Chris, thank you
guys.
so much.
All right.
Thank you so much.